Hi future people, and welcome to Great Uncle John's weekly video log. It is Sunday, March the 24th. We are into spring 2018. You can feel spring trying to crack through. Winter is giving up its grip. It's been cold, crisp cold, but sunny. The snow is disappearing. It's been a quiet week, nothing spectacular, not like last week's visit to the spa or anything. I put some chicken wire around the base of Elliot the apple tree. I planted Elliot in the spring of 2007 in memory of my father, who had recently passed. It had been doing quite well, although there weren't many buds last year. Then this year I noticed what appeared to be chewed up bark around the base of the tree. I'm assuming some critter got at it. I put a protective covering of chicken wire around the base of the tree to discourage further snacking. Didn't totally cuff the tree. There are still a couple of intact strips. I think a little less than 50%. Google tells me a tree needs at least 50% to survive if it's lucky and a strong tree. I might not even notice the decline for a couple of years as the roots are still feeding the tree, but the bark isn't communicating with the roots or something. I need to brush up on my arborism, but I'm quite scared I'll lose Elliot, who has provided us with many bushels of lovely Granny Smith type apples, and this is a nice memorial to my father. Let's see, locally it's been quiet. Provincially, the election is coming up fast. I like Ford's idea of being able to sell marijuana in private establishments, but other than that, I think he is an empty collection of populist sound bites. On the other hand, the Ontario deficit and general poor management of the Liberals has me concerned, although I do like the $15 minimum wage. I'll probably vote NDP or maybe a local fringe candidate. My riding is solidly Liberal, both federally and provincially, so the election doesn't hang on my vote. Speaking of marijuana, stocks are stagnant after the big run in January. Our unelected Senate voted for a legalization bill in principle on Friday, and we'll study it further. That should maybe nudge stocks a little bit. Here on YouTube, I continue the quest for subscribers. It is a frustrating 3 steps forward, 2 steps backwards process where most of the subscribers disappear in less than 24 hours. You go to bed with 800 subscribers and wake up with 780 and then have to play the subscriber game. I've learned that the YouTube system only seems to allow you 20 to 25 subs a day. I've seen lots of great folk art channels out there. Everyone can have a channel about themselves and their interests now, and I've seen the inevitable result of poorly thought through regulations as well. There are a bunch of YouTube channels out there with hundreds if not thousands of subscribers, but no content or activity. They exist solely to game the system and the new rules. I suppose I am gaming the rules too, but at least I'm producing some content and have been for years. Stay tuned for a short video about breadfruit coming up right after this. And of course in the US, hundreds of thousands of young people marched in Washington yesterday, which may turn out to be a real turning point in the gun argument in the United States. Let's hope so. They're quite inspiring. It's quite a movement with a lot of momentum, it seems. The NRA is throwing everything they have at it, including all the politicians they have in their pockets, but the kids keep coming, so this might be a 60s sort of civil rights era type movement that is unstoppable. In Trumplandia, tonight may prove to be a turning point in that soap opera. Over the past week, lots of stuff has happened, almost too much to think happened in the 7-day period, but recently Trump went through with his ban on transgender people, which is really just, I think, appealing to his base. I think I thought it had already been overturned in the Supreme Court, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure how that works. I thought this came up last year, but it's back, so we'll see if the courts will throw it out again. but it's Bush pandering to his base and trying to distract from some of the other things that's bringing down his presidency. He started a trade war with China. That's going to end not well. He got rid of his Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, and has a dude named Bolton in, who everyone is saying his mustache is more qualified than he is. So I guess he's someone who will humor Trump and play into Trump's worst instincts, and that's who Trump seems to be putting around himself right now. His personal lawyer quit, and then they were going to hire a couple other lawyers who are like TV pundit lawyers, but then they didn't get signed on, so it looks like Trump's legal strategy is in disarray, and he's having a hard time finding a legal team. Joe Biden threatened to beat Trump up behind the school, and Trump dared him to, and they twittered back and forth, but undignified for a couple of supposedly leaders. Let me see, the head-to-head talks with North Korea seem to be moving forward. Facebook and some company called Cambridge Analytica are in trouble for data mining shenanigans that affected the election in 2017 and compromised a lot of our personal data. Whenever you click on one of those what kind of cheese am I type Facebook games or quizzes, you're sort of saying that they have permission to use your friends' information as well, and that's what Cambridge Analytica did. They mined a whole bunch of people without their knowledge and then used it to target stuff toward, I guess, ads. I'm not sure what they were targeting actually. If it was political ads or Russian troll farm memes or something, but they managed to target those things at specific demographics to help sway opinion. A woman came forward and detailed a years-long affair, or at least a year-long affair with Trump back in the mid-2000s, so about 10 years ago. Another woman is suing him for defamation. He might get deposed in court on that one. And of course, Stormy Daniels, she is set to speak on 60 Minutes tonight. So you know what she said already, of course, because you're future people. Maybe it's a big nothing burger, soon to be lost like a dust ball under the sofa. Maybe it'll be a joke like the Geraldo Rivera Al Capone fiasco, but I kind of doubt it. Her lawyer doesn't seem like a bluffer, and he has been waving around a CD or DVD that he cryptically says has the answers on it. So what is it? Is it a sex tape? That in and of itself probably wouldn't sink Trump. It would be gross. And he has already lost credibility with everyone except those who don't care about credibility, and he's proven himself to be a vile man over and over again. And in the Stormy story, it isn't so much a billionaire womanizing with a beautiful porn star. It is that he did it when he was newly married and just gave birth to his son, his youngest son. Then again, maybe he had an arrangement with Ivanka, I forget their names, the wife. But that was all before he became president. But if he used campaign funds to buy their silence or threats, then that certainly could be the basis of any legal trouble. I think he already has the basis for marital trouble. And I think it's already been determined that his base isn't going to desert him, that they'll rationalize pretty much any abhorrent behavior that he has because he's supporting their political agenda. Anyway, I'm guessing it's going to be a sex tape, but no fallout, because he has already debased himself about as much as he can. This might nullify the Russian PP tape for him. I mean, if Stormy has a PP tape, maybe he'll say, well, who cares if the Russians have a PP tape? And then they won't have them in their pocket anymore. Well, I think it's probably more financial shenanigans with the Russians, but I guess that'll all come out soon as well. You already know, don't you? Anyway, enough. I'm off to watch the Stormy interview. It's on in a couple hours. We'll see you next week and talk about it. Talk on good.